Shalom, shalom. We real Hebrew Israelites come to you week in and week out, prophesying the return of the Most High and the Seventh Son. All praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Ragash, double honors to the apostles out of New York, Big Millstone and GMS. Honors to all I came around the planet. The name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the truth is sincerity. That was a shalom and ball. I'm going to jump straight to it. I'm just press play a little bit of this article.
The dinner you're making is almost certainly pricier than it would have been 1 year ago. And going out to eat is pricier too. Experts say companies are struggling to keep up with demand and production costs are skyrocketing. And now we're paying for it. Chris Ty, live at a little village where there's no sign of it slowing down. Chris.
No sign at all, Brad. From Jewel to the jewelry store, from Home Depot to Office Depot, the price of almost everything is going up. And experts we spoke with today say there's no sign it's slowing down. It's being felt here.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Deep in the kitchen of Los Comales in Little Village.
Nothing ever has been comparable exactly to what we've been going through right now.
Price hikes on everything. From the corn that makes tortillas, to the tomatoes that anchor the salsa, to chicken, which jumped 75 cents a pound just this week.
Chicken, meats, produce, paper, anything that basically has to be transported by fuel has gone up.
And it's just beginning.
We're going to see prices continue to rise for the next 18 to 24 months.
Demand for raw materials is way up. Production costs, as workers are scarce, up too. And availability of key supply chain elements has plummeted. A quick example.
If you're making toilet paper, the trees and the mill you used to go to may be making products for housing. All of a sudden, you can't get your toilet paper anymore. Every lens that could have looked at a price increase would have viewed it as opportunistic, even if it were justified.
Companies fearful of spiking prices last year during peak pandemic are left needing to make up for lost time. Hit particularly hard, experts say, items containing pulp or grain and electronics requiring a microchip. One part supply and demand, another part inflation, means this year's menu adjustment at Los Comales will be steeper.
Typically, we have gone up somewhere between 3 and 6%.
This year, it'll be between 5 and 10%. And next year, it could be worse. An interesting byproduct with all of these prices skyrocketing, experts say many of our brand loyalties, the brands we love and have loved for years, will start eroding because if the things we used to splurge on get too pricey, it just won't work. Anything from diapers to coffee to electronics. Live at Little Village, Chris Ty, CBS 2 News.
You can essentially buy.
All right, there we go. So now we talk a lot about what's going on in the world today through the food, the prices, the inflation, the money. Didn't the Lord say that money's going to fail in Egypt again? All right, if money fell in Egypt in the past, and He said the money's going to be damn near no good, and that's called inflation. All right, and the reason why, now I got all these scriptures plugged in my head right now. You know which one I was talking about for the lack of food? Would you go ahead and give me that?
This is Second Esdras 15. I'll start at 16. Point is in 19. This is Second Esdras 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able."
And that city don't mean just like a regular, I'm going from Chicago to Dallas, or Dallas to New York. It'll be, and I don't know if you're familiar with Chicago and the suburbs, but I say, or even neighborhoods. You go from Inglewood to Washington Heights,
right.
From Washington Heights to Oakland to downtown. It's going to be like you're going to desire to go to another neighborhood, which is blocks away.
Yeah.
And you ain't going to be able to go because they're going to shut that shit down, which they already showed you during the height of the onslaught of the pandemic crisis, with the shutdowns of stores, shutdowns of neighborhoods. We could try to go downtown, couldn't go downtown. Yeah. Matter of fact, we taught downtown. We don't teach downtown no more.
Right.
Yeah. They raised up the bridges. That's that martial law, that separating of the people.
Yeah, even where they do those little roadblocks, or you know, the different little what do they call it? You know, it was just a roadblock, I guess.
Oh, police checkpoints.
Checkpoints.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Hate them.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? The different little checkpoints. You know, oh, you can't get past this particular. You know, that's going to heighten. So going back in this second address 15 and 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
The lack of bread and great tribulation. So the Lord is prophesying there will be in end days lack of bread. Now, could you give me victuals shit so cheap? Now, you got to put this in perspective. One scripture says, oh, it's because victuals so cheap, people be cool. They are all right. Oh, I can go spend this and this and that, which has what it has already been. Now, victuals so cheap is going away. All right, I'll let them pull it up before I expand a little. We got it?
Yep. Second address 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, and they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
Right.
The sword, famine, and great confusion.
Sword and what else?
Famine.
And what else?
Great confusion.
Right now, all that has grown exponentially to the point where Jake and as a whole, even the heathens as a whole, have no idea of what's going down. All right? And they don't have an idea of the dire straits that they're in. Right now, you have a famine that's been going on all across America for the last couple of years, off and on. And when I say a famine, I'm not just talking about through drought either. We've had famine through floods. Remember the flood 2 years ago when we were driving by, and we'll go in the road trip, we'll get an airplane, we'll look at the fields, and there was like all these farmlands in the middle of time supposed to be harvested and so forth. I mean, not harvested, but planted and sold. It's all inundated in water, which put us, which caused prices to start going up then. And then you had famines with the fires. Remember the fires in California? And not only California, but in the northwest, north central, you know, and coming past, coming more east of California, a lot of that region was inundated with fire, smoke, and not producing a lot of vegetation. To now, there was a report a couple weeks ago about a famine in the same region. Okay, and then not to mention the Suez Canal shipping tank that stopped all shipping and the causing all the chips, as they mentioned, not potato chips, but the microchips, to not be as produced as they normally would be, and to all the other different mechanisms that one tanker. You was talking about this horse farm right here, right? Which is the one you was talking about?
We just came off of Cicero.
Yeah. I believe so. But
No.
not that one?
Nope.
Okay. And so this is the things that are been little bit by little bit. That's why the Lord said in that second after 16 that they would think themselves to be good, because victuals will. I can go over here and give me give me my chicken. But you remember what was it? What was he doing? It was due to the first lockdowns of the pandemic. We had to run on the foods. We were starting to trip out because we would go and see there was no chicken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We go, and niggas don't play with niggas and the chicken. Right? And when you go, and the first thing that people do, they go get their favorites when it's a condition, a threat to this food supply. They'll go start to stock up, they'll hoard, as people will call it. And I think that's stupid as hell, because that's wise as hell. If you know there's a crisis, wouldn't you not hoard to make sure you're straight?
Right.
And they'll condemn it just to try to act like you're being wicked and set up new. Or you're only gonna have 5 toilet pieces. Or you're only gonna have this. Or you're only gonna have that. And it's like, nigga, man, you can't stop me from getting what I need, because I'll go to 10 different stores and get the fuck I need, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because it's stupid. But they're the ones who's Esau's the one who's setting this up. But the Lord is one really behind it, because the Lord is trying to upset Esau's plan, which is working perfectly.
Ain't no trying. He doing it.
That's right.
Everyone, everything, everybody is subject to prophecies of the Father.
That's it.
Yep.
Isaiah 55:11. So shall be the word that goeth forth out of my mouth, and shall not return unto me void, but shall prosper and accomplish whereunto I sent it. The Most High is not playing.
Yep.
So victuals were cheap already, and he said they would be in great confusion. And then the other scripture said there's going to be a famine, and well, that one said it's famine. The other one said it was going to be that was going to be a lack of bread. Okay, so that's letting you know this inflation. Matter of fact, let's hit the money. Yes, something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 23, and the point is in 31. I'll start at 28. It says, "But Yahushua turning unto them said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves,
That's right.
and for your children. For behold, the days are coming, in the which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bare, and the paps which never gave suck. Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills cover us. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry?" And that denotes that a dry tree is coming. All right, here it is where things are flourishing and you have everything that you need and all your essentials and shit, even wants. You know what I'm saying? This is letting you know that it's going to be a dry tree where things won't be flourishing, where you won't have the things that you need. You know what I'm saying? You won't have the things that you want. All right, you won't have the things that you need, because at the end of the day, forget what you want.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Your essentials that you need is vital to life. You know what I'm saying? And so these things won't even be, readily available for you. It's going to be a dry tree. That's when that famine is going to be around. That's when that lack of bread is going to be around, and people are going to be, trying to get to the next neighborhood or the next city to see, oh shit, well, what they got.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it says there shall be invading one another.
That's it.
All right. It says how the love of many shall wax cold. All right, because now we in survival mode.
That's right.
All right, because these things are coming. These are all signs of the times.
That's it.
So when we see articles and things like this, what you just saw, what we that was put out here in Chicago today, these are things that we love to see.
That's right.
And we even understand that, hey, it's going to be some uncomfortable times even for us, the prophets. But he said, hey, my prophets shall eat. So we have faith in that. And so we're going to continue to do, what we got to do to roll in the spirit so that the Lord can take care of us during these times. And that's why the scriptures talk about, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And the strength of your salvation. Your mind is going to be stable in those times because we know what time it is.
That's it. This is could you give me for the I'm butchering it. It's not a direct quote, but in essence, the basic essentials for life is oil, water. It's in the Apocrypha, to my knowledge. You know what I'm talking about? All right. And while he's getting down, get Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them. Oh, I love that scripture. Because the Most High said, fuck your silver. Fuck your gold. All right? He said, and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, that means they're going to be hungry, and neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. So the Lord is saying, fuck your silver, fuck your gold, which America already stole your silver and gold. All right? What you plan on is paper dollars. And guess what your paper dollars actually is producing you, giving you? Less. Because they put all this money and they're putting in printing, is flooding more worthless dollars backed by nothing into the market, causing you to need more money and paper dollars just to get your essential shit that you used to have. Okay? All right? You got it?
Yep. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26. It says the principal thing for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing.
And so they basically said a whole bunch of those same said staples are under attack. And prices of damn near everything is going up. So when these are the basis of life, this is what this is saying. These are the things that we need.
Yep.
So when you get, see, people, like you said, not the teal tree, but the dry tree versus the green tree. Right now, the tree appears to be green when it's not as green as it is.
Right.
And even now, it's not the onset of desperation. Desperado.
Right.
When motherfuckers get desperate, you're going to see a whole nother planet.
Right.
A whole nother world. Another world. Was it that the TV show?
Right.
It's a different world. You're going to see a different world. Because you know what you're going to see? You're going to see people who are normally that pacifist, that normal, you know what, I'm cool, I'm nice. That nice guy is going to be a desperate guy. And the niceties are going to go. It's going to disappear. And then that hood nigga who restrained himself because he didn't care about jail, he ain't going to restrain himself. All right? Matter of fact, the animals that that were so, cool and scavenging here and there, they're not going to be just cool scavenging. They're going to be, you get a pack of hungry dogs, they're eating whatever is eatable. And they're going to, and we are heading toward those times the Bible has said. This video is evidence and more evidence and proof of that. So it's imperative of us to the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai to count the cost, be prepared spiritually, because there's no way. Are we saying to go hoard up now?
No, because hey, you never know what's gonna happen. You may have to dip from wherever you then hoard it wherever. You know what I'm saying? You may have to leave there, and guess what? You can't carry everything. You know what I'm saying? All those things. So we gotta put all our faith, all our trust, all our hope. All right, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's our buckler and shield and our defense. And
did he feed Isaiah? Did he feed Elijah?
Yep.
He feed Yahweh Shai?
That's it.
So the Lord, when he got to feed you, he gonna feed you. That's called faith. The Lord is about to make sure that we all truly believe. You know what I'm saying? And obey and follow. Okay. Hopefully this was edifying because we can keep going. All right. But I know we hit up. We had another scripture.
No.
All right. So So hopefully this has been edifying to the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai B'Hashem HaRakakodash. All praises and honor and glory to
Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakakodash.
God bless to the apostles out of New York, a great millstone of GMS. Honest to all, I can around the planet. Lifting up the name of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. Shalom and the Bible Ball.